Oh, all right. It says we are live. I'm gonna check. Do you see us up? Yeah,
Yep,
it looks like we are live.
yep, I got you on YouTube now.
I'm gonna all right. All right, guys. Hey, listen. In the YouTube chat, please go ahead and let me know who's here. All right, there's Andrew.
Andrew,
All right,
Juan,
there's Juan. All right, we'll wait for some more folks to get here. Especially a lot of the new folks. All right. There's Tasha. There's Claude. There's Owen. Okay, good. We're gonna wait till we got a full house before we begin. And just so you guys know, we're gonna talk. We're gonna be talking about a couple of things. We're gonna talk about where the organization's going. Um, our like organizational mindset. Um, because if we're all not in sync with one another and operate the same way, that causes issues. So we're going to talk about some of those things as well. Um, so we'll wait till we only got 6 people out of 60. So I know some people ain't going to be able to get on due to bandwidth, but I sent out a new email. So for you guys who don't know, that's Joel. Um, Joel has been my right hand man when it comes to taking care of things with the SharePoint site. With regards to he's been kind of tracking some things and making sure things are getting scheduled. But also, you just recently moved, right?
yes,
Yep. So I knew you were tied up doing that.
yep. So I was kind of in and out on the SharePoint, a little like spotty, I guess, for a little bit there, and then last week I was gone for a week doing a different event up in Sturgeon Bay for vets, and just got done with that between last week Monday all the way through. Actually, I had a guy on Tuesday as well, and today's the first day that I haven't fished since last week Monday.
Right on. Yeah, I wish I was out there fishing. Walter. I don't know if Walter's going to be able to make it because he's up at his hunting camp, or actually at his place up there, and he really has no service, so he might be limited to bandwidth. But that sucker's been in the water every day, and God willing, our project funding will come through in the fall, and I can retire from government service and be working Operation Vets when that's full time. So that means that all you suckers out there, all you captains out there that I've been talking to for some over a year now, I will be traveling to your state. Guaranteed, I'll be making it all over the country. I'll probably take 45 days off, and if not long, and my son will be home. Hopefully, I can snatch my wife up and bring her with me. If not, I'll be on the road for a while. Because a lot of things are going on. So let me see. We've
Yeah,
got 11 people now. All
yeah.
right, guys.
Morgan's having some issues trying to get in on the chat, I guess.
All right. People should only be coming in on YouTube.
Yeah.
I didn't want to open it up. All right. Figured it out. It took me a minute. All right, Morgan. I know some folks are technically challenged. I'm only kidding, but it is true. And we're going to kind of talk about this. And so you guys know is really I kind of harp on making sure our team site is up to date. Um, because when we go for funding and we go for grants, they want to know literally, how many vets have you serviced? And I can't give them an honest answer. I can only go based off of what's up in the SharePoint. And if that's not updated and saying Joel calls somebody, tries to schedule something, and they say, "Oh, I get to go on another trip because I just took one 2 weeks ago." So that could be very irritating. Needless to say, I work a full time job, and then as soon as I get off, I'm going right to work on the boat, and then in the evenings, I'm online trying to get things going. So yeah, I don't get much me time, or the wifey don't get much her time, but she's understanding. We got a lot of things going on, so she will get her time, especially when we go to Vegas in a month. Hey, what's going on, Wesley? Um, so here's how things are gonna go. I hope Ashley shows up as well because she's new. Here's what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a couple of housekeeping. Hey, there's Mike.
Mike, Ed.
Oh, you had an update. Gotcha. There's
Yeah.
Ed.
Catfish hunters.
Yep. So who else? We got 13.
I think there was, who else was new?
And now I'm out of coffee too. That sucks. So all right. All right. Ashley is here. There we go. Last call catfishing. Ashley is here. That's great. So I'm gonna give it another 5 or 6 minutes. I guess a lot of people had to do updates. 5 or 6 minutes. I'm gonna run down and grab me a cup of coffee. I'm gonna wait some more folks to get in here. Some folks I know won't be able to get here until like halfway through, like Chris Gemmel. He's out there at football practice with Action Jackson. So I'm going to make a quick.
We're still missing Sarah Thomas.
Oh, yep. Sarah Thomas is new. And it's really important, guys. And I stress this: if I put some kind of training together, it's to benefit you guys. And you need to, try to be mindful and make these things. But I'm gonna run and grab me a quick cup of coffee.
Yep.
Joel, if you want, go ahead and I guess you can, just talk about some of the importance of stuff and some of the stuff you've been doing. And I'll be right back.
Sounds good. All right, guys and ladies. I did put my number in the chat. If you guys can, please send me a text with your name, and so that I have you in my contacts, so that when I check the SharePoint site for the mission requests, I can appropriately contact the new captains. I do have most of everybody's number. I'm still missing quite a few, even some of the guys that have been captains for a little while here as well. I usually check the site a couple times a day. Now that we're kind of settled here from our move, I will give you probably a couple days before I will kind of point you out, or as Michael Harris calls it, getting yelled at in the chat. And then just to give you a heads up that there's a request in your area. I do have most of everybody's location on Google Earth. I'm sure Rich is going to update that here in the next couple days as well from the new captains. And I will try to pinpoint your request with the captains as close as possible to minimize travel between the vet and the captain. If you guys got any questions, let me know. I can try to answer them to the best of my knowledge that I can. The other big thing is on the site is once you see that you have a mission and you have contacted your vet, please put on there on the site where it says request new, click on the top part of it. You can scroll down and it'll tell you whether it's scheduled, postponed, or pending. Please click on one of those to let us know what is happening with that. Also, put your name in as you're the captain for the mission request. If you call your vet and there's no answer, leave a message for them, obviously. Also, if there's an email that they leave, CC Rich on that email that you send to that vet so that we can have proof that you've tried to contact them and that Rich sees that as well. And then there is another column that is Operation Vets with Nets notes. Put in there that you called, the date you called, that you left a message, and if you emailed as well, so that we know what is happening. And if there's no response from your vet, then either Rich or I will take care of the so-called canceling of the mission then.
Hey, thanks. And we're gonna show all of that stuff here in a minute. All right. So I first of all want to thank everybody for showing up. All right, it looks like we lost somebody. All right. So this is gonna be live and staying on our YouTube. So I'm not gonna repeat all this again. So if somebody wants to see it, they can get on and watch it, because we're gonna go step by step on some of these stuff. First, like I said, I want to thank you guys for taking your time to jump on this, and more importantly, thanks for volunteering to be a volunteer captain. For some folks, they're really taking this pretty seriously. Not saying that other people are not, but they want to do a lot more than just identify a trip and go take it. And can you share your number here? Oh, you know what? Hold on, Joel. I'll put it in the banner. So, and that's another thing. Joel's gonna be. Let me create a banner here. Create a banner. So Joel's gonna be watching the chat while we're going through some stuff, and so if we miss any questions, we'll be able to, and then I'll be able to put it up there, highlight your question, and so and then we'll address it. But I ask that you hold your questions till after I'm done with a certain section, and then we'll all right. So there's Joel's number. So I'll leave that up there for a second.
I put it in the YouTube chat as well, besides the whatchamacallit, the Operation, but the messenger chat.
All right, so I'll leave there up there for a minute. All right. So now, so like I was saying, there are some people such as Joel and Ashley, and Jesse. Those guys are really they're already doing a big event in October. And they're in on the Ohio River. And so there's a lot of different things that some people just, hey, just use me to if you have something pop up in my area and you need somebody, reach out to me. And that's all they have time for, and that is perfectly fine. So I'm not saying anything anything bad about that. So nothing wrong with that at all. So let's talk about, all right, one of the big things is our SharePoint site. Now, everyone should have gotten an invite to Office 365 or to be a guest, and that should give you access. Some of you may have to download Microsoft Authenticator and set it up on your phone or your computer. I'm not going to go through those processes. If you're not sure how to do that, we'll get with somebody who will have the time to sit down and show you how to do that. But what I'm going to show you is first of all, how to get our team site, how to get there, so we can see like what Joel was talking about. Are there any questions before we continue?
Nothing that I'm seeing yet here.
All righty, great. So I'm going to share my screen here so you see it. Share screen. Let me see which one. This one right here. All righty. So you won't see me and Joel. This is covering our face because I want you to see as much as you can. All righty. So if you haven't bookmarked it yet, and you're like, oh man, how do I get to the team page? You would go to our website right here, and you may be saying, oh, well, what's the website address? Well, there you go. It's right on the bottom. All right, there's a comment. Who made a comment? All right. Oh, Wesley. Okay. All righty. So now our site. So I'm going to scroll down here. Now, some people want to know, and I'm going to go through the site a little bit here. All right. So some people say, hey, where do people go if they want to request a trip? So obviously they go right to our website, and it's scrolling on the bottom. Right here, it says request a trip. You just click on there, request a trip. The form comes up, they fill it out. If you want to be a volunteer, and we're not talking about captains, we are going to be starting. A new program. It's an ambassador program. Those are going to be for our big supporters and those folks that want to help with Operation Vets. They don't have boats to be captains, but they want to help in any way possible. So we're going to set up an ambassadors program. So feel free to reach out to me and give me some ideas what you think, what that program should look like. And we'll put something together and we'll start having people sign up for it. All right. They can also donate. Now you guys already found it, but if you want to know, hey, if somebody wants to become a volunteer captain, how do they get the information? Well, right here is, they'll click here and the form comes up. They'll fill out that form and I'll get it, and then we'll follow up with them. So let me back that up. All right. So real easy. And I think everybody here, except for you guys have been around a long time, didn't have to do that. But most of y'all who are in there now had to do that. Team page. This is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to click here. There you go. So this is the team page. Can everybody see that?
Oh, nothing came up.
Nothing come up.
It's still on the bottom
of the okay. Not a problem. So let me stop sharing, present. It opened up a new thanks for letting me know that. All right. Can everybody see it now?
Yep, should be up.
All right.
There it is. Yeah, it's on YouTube now.
All right. So Chris made it on.
Yep.
He's listening while watching Action Jackson's football practice. So that's a good thing. All right. So now this is our team site. And I want interaction here, guys. Hey, good evening. And if you have a screen name like want to be outdoors. I don't know who that actually is. So if you go ahead and put your name, so we can make sure we know who you are, especially if you're one of our team captains. I have a funny feeling other people are going to jump onto this because I made it public. That's okay. And I'm going to look once, and I'm not going to be answering this anymore. All right, there, Joe. Okay. All righty. We are on. All right. Awesome. Great, Sarah. All right. There. All right. Okay. Great. All right. Thank you very much. All right, Matt. Thank you. All right. So now here's our team site. And there's going to be a lot of different things. And if you can think of something that we can try to automate and make a process easier, I need you to communicate that to me so I can try to do something. All right. So let's talk about our mission requests. This should be the most important thing for you. You click on mission requests. And now that screen pops up. So as you could see, there are a lot. Oh, okay. There are a lot of pending, a lot of new missions. And some people have already started time. Yep. So some people already start populating this. So this is where our missions come in, guys. And so what happens is, and there are a lot of people out there that just like I said, aren't tech savvy or get too lazy to do this.
Okay, come on.
But it has to be done. We've got to capture this stuff. So as Joel was talking earlier, so the mission comes in and you're like, for instance, let me scroll on one and let me see state. All right. So we're going to look at state. All right. There's Virginia, North Carolina. There's Ohio. So, all right. So let's see here. All right. Here's one in Virginia over in Roanoke. So that's new. Came in 6 days ago. And went on one previous outgoing with a guy named Hunter from Smith Mountain Lake. Okay. Great. So that guy made a comment. So, but this is 6 days old. So these shouldn't go no more than just a couple of days, a day or two. I'm not a captain, just a vet. Yeah, I see that. Thanks, Matt. Now you're going to see how kind of we operate. This is really a captain's meeting, but if you want to sit in on here, that's perfectly fine, because bottom line is it's all about taking care of our vets. So something looking at 6 days ago and hasn't been touched, that's not good. They shouldn't be working more than just a couple of days, up there. So, and for you guys that signed the captain's agreement, if we reach out to you and say, yeah, I'll reach out to that person, it says in there you got 3 days to get a hold of that person. So we'll look at that for a minute. So this guy in Roanoke, Virginia. So if you're a captain, you're like, oh man, I can do that. I'm going to reach out to this guy. I'll forget tomorrow, probably. Good old TBI. That reminds me of 51 first dates, I think it is. Anyway. 10-second Tom. So you'd go up here, and first of all, right off the bat, you're going to locate their number. You're going to give them a call. And if you don't get a hold of them, you're going to scroll down and you're going to see OVWN comments. Click on it. Hit edit. That little edit, you can do it there, or you can type it right in here. But you want to edit it. Type in your comments. Called vet, left message, put the date, and then put your name. So we know somebody took action for that. And when you do that, then you need to take mission status where it says new, and you can put pending, pending. Okay. So that means if I go in there, I know somebody's actually working that. Any questions so far? None. Okay.
Yeah. If we do get if you guys notice some say missions that we don't have captains in, I will get a hold of that vet and let them know that we don't have anybody in their area and that we're working on getting somebody in their area, and I'll enter all that in the comments and everything so other people don't have to do that. Rich will do that as well.
Yeah, and a good point is there are areas that we just have nobody within 2-3 hours. We have some captains that will drive 4 hours to take a vet out, and I really appreciate that. Do I expect you to do that all the time? Absolutely not. Because your time is valuable. But if we don't have anybody, then I normally reach out to Tyler Barnes over Catfish for Heroes. They're the only other organization I choose to work with because Tyler and I, our mindsets and the way we do business is identical. So really important. Yep, I'm gonna show. I was gonna show him that here. Ed made a good point. You can also go to the state bottom at the top and filter for requests only by your state, which makes it easier to track. Hey, and thank you. I appreciate you willing to travel, and most of our captains will. Tyler is great people. So saying, for instance, this guy right here. All right, I'm going to filter for Virginia. You could set up filters and save your filters. For instance, if I want to know what needs to be scheduled, I have a filter up here. It says need scheduling. Look at all these open trips. Some of these are as far as February, postponed, pending. Now, some of these people might have already taken out and done, but haven't gone in here and updated the SharePoint site. That makes it crazy because I have to go and find out and reach out. So these need scheduling. And if it says need scheduling because they're pending, I'll come over here and look. Okay, who's the mission? Now, Tom Thompson, he's got a couple. Come to find out, he really doesn't fish in the summer. It's October through like May. So now I need to rework these and try to find somebody else. But Mike had one, Mike Busby. And what's his notes on here? Because Mike is usually good for that. Ed Jenkins spoke with Mr. Sanchez and Silver and told him I would follow up with Michael Busby since Mr. Sanchez is from Oklahoma. So I have no other updates, and that's as of February 15th. So that's something we're going to have to follow up with. And then when you see need scheduling, you can then go and filter it through your state. So if you go need scheduling, state, filter by, and I'm going to say Virginia because we're bad at doing some of this. So VA and then Virginia, apply. All right, here's everything that needs to be scheduled. When I see that it says pending or postponed, I'll come over here and then see what the comments are. Like some of these I've got, let me see here. Oh, all right. That got postponed. And then, Robert Burrell, that's all. Okay. So that's what Walter. So we have to follow up with that. And now you could sit there and you can save these views, like add new view. And then you could save it. So like Ed was saying, once you've got this set for you, Then you save it as a view. And now when you go to when you open this up, it'll be your view. And then you can select what you want to see to make it easier for you. Now, once let me see here, I'm going to filter newer to older. All right. So once you get in there, and like this one was new, it was yesterday, and it's in Virginia, Newport News, so we'll have to follow up. Once you've talked to the person and you are going to be their captain, then you go down here and put mission captain. You put your name there. So saying it is Alan Epps. Select, you find your name, select, and then you put that little check box. Oh, that's Anthony Brown or Alan Epps. But I'm gonna clear that out so there's no one. Sometimes you may do it with somebody like me and Walter. Just this weekend, we did 2 vet trips, one on the James and one on Gaston. So we both co-captained that. And if you're gonna do that with somebody, because I know when Hayden was with us, Hayden, because he had to get rid of his boat, he's going through, going to be getting out of the Army and moving back to Virginia and all that good stuff. And we all wish him luck. But he was helping Leroy. And so, we could have very easily, if Hayden was updating this, he could have just selected him and Lee. And then next thing you know, what you want to do is you want to enter your mission date. That's when you're scheduled. And I have alerts set up that if a mission date passes and there is no completion, I'll get an alert. So that's another thing, is once your mission is complete, it might be on the same day. You've got to go in here and hit mission complete. Any questions? Any questions so far? Is everybody with me?
Yeah, we got Catch Filet Tacos that said he's got one from last year that the vet won't respond. So I told him to get with me afterwards here so that we can figure that out.
And who's Catch Filet Tacos? Let me get a name there. Because I know a lot of people are logged on to their YouTube channel and doesn't show their name.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have figured. Oh my gosh, I should have figured that.
Oh, Andrew.
All right. Yeah. Let me tell you a little story real quick before we begin. And I'll make this a short. So I took Andrew out and we caught a nice eater size. I said, "You want me to flame right here on the boat?" He said, "Man, absolutely." I took my my Bubba knife. Man, I filleted that sucker. I was done in 2 minutes. And nice big fillets. So then afterwards, Andrew goes, Could I flay it myself next time? I'm like, yeah. I said, why? I do something wrong? Dude, you lost so much meat. See, Andrew, he fishes to put, food in his belly. So he would sit there and cut around the eyebrows, his cheeks, his butthole. He cut down the rib meat. Everything. Literally, it takes him 3 hours to fillet a 3-pound fish. And they said, you know how many extra fish tacos that is? So that's the quick story there. If I tell this story again in a couple of weeks, it'll probably be it took him 4 hours to fillet a 1-pound fish. But that's how he is. And, right on. I got nothing but love for my brother. All right. So, all right. Any questions on what we should be doing in the mission request field? I cannot stress the importance of this. All right. we're going to move on to the next topic. Photos and videos. Let me close this out. Photos and videos. Photos and videos tell the story, paints the picture, shares that journey. And if we want to put creative advertising out there, or we want to put something together, if we got somebody, that'd be great. If we have somebody that is such a pro at quick non-captain question, where do we get a list of captains around our closest to Northern Arkansas? You know what? That's a great question. And I'm going to show you that. Hold on a minute. Present. Stop sharing. I'm going to share. That's an excellent question. And I have to update this because we've got some new captains. But very good question. Share. Operation Bets one at share. Okay. So I'm going to go to OVN chapters. So you're saying Arkansas, right there. So I'm going to open up. I don't want to open up a new window, so I might have to reshare this again. Nope. Okay, opened up there. All right. So in Arkansas right now, and there may be more. I have to go through the team site. Brandon Morris and Jerry Foreman. So those are our captains there. Are we putting their contact information? No. Because they may not want their contact information out there. But that's who. Does that answer your question? Okay, well I hope so, because that's the only answer I have. Or you can reach out to one of our folks, and they can find out. Like a matter of fact, Joel. Okay, great. Joel, I update a Google Maps, Google Earth, where I put all our captains in. And so if Joel's trying to find somebody, and I usually try to update this weekly or so, I'll do that, and then I'll send Joel the file. He'll import the file, and then he sees it all. So so if you guys are interested and you want to kind of see what that picture looks like, I will show you that. And I can always upload this file and keep it on our SharePoint site. So if anybody wants to get an idea, they can download this KML file, import it. I'm in Northeast Oklahoma. Yep, not far from there. Yep, there you go. All right, so team list. Let me kind of show you where we're at, folks. That's us right there. Now I probably have about 5 or 6 more I got to add on here.
And we're still on the Arkansas share on the screen.
Yep. So there's Mike Busby. There's Arkansas. So he's like right there.
We don't have that up yet, Rich.
Oh, you don't have that up yet? Oh.
No, it's still on
the present. Share screen. Google Earth.
There we go.
So if you kind of look at, it's kind of what our picture looks like. If you look at that's hellacious coverage. And poor little Chris Wheeler, which he is very busy with. He's all the way out there in Northern California. And so I usually type in people's address, and then I put a check mark there. So if I share this out to the team, don't be a stalker. So you could see where we need people. I do have some people I need to, what's that? Indianapolis. I've got to get people here, more people over here in Illinois, more people over here in whatever.
Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa.
Michigan. I mean, we need something.
We need something in Michigan.
I need some more Wisconsin.
We need more in mid and lower Georgia, more in Mississippi, more in Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, Louisiana. We have nobody in Louisiana, or we might, and I don't know if I updated it yet. So, as you could see, so this is all within about a year and a half. So you kind of getting unshare. Unshare what? Oh, okay. So this is all right. So I'm going to stop sharing this one, and now I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to go back to team captains here. All righty. All right. So now, so I say photos and videos. It's very important. Some of us have GoPros, some of us have Insta360, some of us have both, some of us have just our phone. Or you may have some other type of cameras that set up on your boat. And eventually, if this project gets funded that I'm working on and we get this $20 million grant, it ain't no if, we got to prove it's just when. I will probably be sending out, to our very active captains, a camera to carry on the boat. But there'll be some requirements to that. You got to use it. So, like when we were on the news twice here locally and on one of the biggest news stations in the state, and we were interviewed, and then she was telling me afterwards, when we take videos or we take photos with our phone, it's got to be long ways, not up and down, but long ways. Because if you go into video production and they're going to show it on the news or a commercial is made out of it, they need it like the 16:9. They need it the long way. So that's why I tell everybody that's the way you want to take your pictures.
Yeah.
And
phone horizontal instead of vertical.
That's right. You want to be horizontal, not vertical. Really important. Okay. Michael Busby. Awesome. I actually like to drive and fish. Getting ideas for when I can fish again. I had spinal surgery 2 months ago. Got another one. Well, we're going to be keeping you in our prayers, Matt. For a quick healing so we can get you back on the water. So pictures and video is everything. And now I've got to work with some folks, some of my senior captains, and I'm talking to Walt as well as I want to come up with about 5 scripted questions that when we do create the video, you won't hear us ask the question, but that will dry, and it ain't going to be it's going to be an open-ended question. It's not like, well, did you like your trip? Yes. No. It's going to be what they call an open-ended question, so they can expound on what it is. And really the whole purpose of that is to paint that picture. And so that could be shared out. And that's the way we are going to get creative in our social media. Oh, yep. So and that's the big thing. Social media is everything. So you want to tag me personally, Rich Cigar, on everything, so I can share it out for my personal. You want to tag Operation Vets Winettes, all that good stuff. Your different groups, tag your sponsors. One of my sponsors is Mad Cats. One of your sponsors may be Catch the Fever. Tag them. You utilize those hashtags or those @ signs or any of that creative content stuffs. So what do we do with these pictures? Okay, so that's gonna be easy enough. Is we got to put it somewhere where it could be seen, and where if we have somebody who's great into video editing and can get really creative, or my amateur ass could do it other ways. I need to know where to pull these files from, what mission it was tied to. So that's real easy. So, all right, we got 15. All right. So you go over to documents. Okay. And folks, this is really, I'd like to say this is a request, but it's not a request. We've got to capture this stuff. So this is what needs to be done. So we go to the documents folder and you have mission media. Go to mission media. And if you look, and I'm going to change this up a little bit, is I'm going to create a folder for every captain we got out there. Can you or someone help volunteer captains to gain sponsors? That we can't do. You know what? It isn't like you can just go out there and, oh, would you be my sponsor? You know, if for instance, now if you're doing a big event, like Ashley's doing out there on the Ohio River, her and Jesse, and they've already got tons of sponsors because they reached out to folks. But if there was somebody saying catch the fever, I'm just going to throw that out there, or it might be Mad Cats, wondering if they can do something for it. I can reach out. But me personally, I don't care to have one sponsor. You know, with regard, and I don't mean this in a bad way. When Operation Vets when that first started, I was a one-man show. And so I had some folks take a chance on me and start sponsoring me. And I was a nobody. I was, I'm just an angler. And I'm still just an angler. Because this organization isn't about Rich Cigar, it's about our vets. And so then I had other folks reaching out. And then I formed partnerships. But I am no longer brand specific. There are some partnerships that I am, me personally, solid tied to. And nothing will waver from that. And the biggest one is Carolina Lake Weights. The relationship and the friendship I built with Jamie and Rebecca and the things they've done for us, it's so much behind the scenes stuff. It's phenomenal. And so that love and appreciation is there. And so we've been able to work together on a bunch of stuff. But and so folks don't understand and they don't get butt hurt. Is there are certain EVA floats that I utilize from a specific company, and I also use their hooks. Love them. Now, do some of the other partnerships I have EVA floats as well? Yes. I have hooks as well? Yes. But that's a partnership I built with that individual. So for me personally, that's what's on my rigs. That's what I purchase, and that's what I share on my posts. Now, some companies get butt hurt because I share some of their competitor stuff out. Well, guess what? If their competitor is supporting an Operation Vets when that's event somewhere in the country, I'm gonna post their stuff because that's that partnership you have on it. Once that event is done, if they were an event sponsor, once that event is done and we've given them thanks, we promote, then I'm done promoting them. If you sponsor something, doesn't mean that now I'm going to be pushing your brand for the rest of the year and all this other stuff. No. But there are, like I said, there are certain organizations that me personally, I'll promote. Now, Joel may use a completely different rod company. He may use different dragging weights, and he does an Operation Vets Winnet's post of his mission, and he's using the gear from the folks that are sponsoring him. I would expect him to tag them on that. Because Operation Vets Winnet's, we are one organization but made up of over 60 something individuals. All right. When we work with other organizations like, Catfishing for Heroes, can we get the vet to fill out our forms to capture? Absolutely. Absolutely. And a matter of fact, some and Tyler's had some of their folks do that. Or they'll go on there and then I'll assign, like for us, if it's one of our folks who went to Catfish for Heroes for the mission captain, I'll put that in there, Catfish for Heroes. But yeah, absolutely. So if that means, if saying we do an event for Catfish for Heroes, and we've done them before, we've supported each other, then captains, you can go on here and I'll show you here. You can download and print the request form. Just have them fill it out along with the liability waiver, have them fill it out. And then all you got to do is when you get back, get online. Like, matter of fact, hold on here. Mission requests. You can just go up here, hit add new item. Add new item. Guess what? Here comes the whole form. You just fill it out. So you capture that. Does that answer your question, Juan? Yep, there's Jamie now. I was just talking about you. Your ears were burning. All right. So back to documents. All right. So mission media. So this is where we will upload everything. So then if I have to, like, for instance, I may put a 3-minute video together near the end of the year of all our missions. I might take bits and pieces, or I may take a big testimony and make a big testimonial video. Well, the only place I can get that is here. So what you would do is, and I'll saying you have a mission, and I'm going to say, all right, matter of fact, I think I have, I've got to upload these. So I'm going to put, new, watch me guys, folder, and I'm going to put Segura _ 08102024. Create. And then I'm going to do another one because I did one Sunday as well. Folder. Segura 08112024. Create. Okay. So from my phone, or I can plug my phone into my computer, download my computer, and then put them in here. But I would just go there and then upload files. And you can do this from your phone too, because it'll go to your camera roll. And then you upload those files. Boop, it's there. I cannot stress how important this is. We've got to catch those pictures. We got to catch those testimonial videos. And somebody made a comment. They were looking to become a captain with us, but when they go to not our Operation Vets with Nets group, but go to our actually Facebook page, all he saw was advertising and things about raffles. He didn't see testimonials or mission trips. It doesn't look like you've done anything since January. I'm like, oh, no. We've probably ran 30, 40 trips since January. Easy. Well, you can't tell that. And this was a vet. So you know what? All right. I'm glad Center Console Jody is here. So that's why it's so important. And that's my fault. There's no one else can post up to that. So that's my fault. And so I'm not sharing any sponsor type stuff on that. That's just our informational page. Okay. So the only thing I'm going to be sharing on there, if we have events and if we have, and then all our videos. So somebody can go on to our Facebook page, not the group, but the page, and then they can see all of this. So that's my fault. I've been so busy with everything else. I neglected that. But if you're a captain and that kind of upsets you and you don't think we're solely out for the vet, okay, well, you know what? Go find an organization that you think will fit your needs, and I wish you the best of luck. So are there any questions? How do I prove the cat? All right. Let me see. So the question, I'm going to put this. All right. How do I approve the captain's request for our event since I have the list made? Excellent question, and I'm going to show you that. Now so let's go into that one. So let's go back to volunteer captain request real quick. Okay, everybody can see that. So let's look at, because most of it's Ohio. All right, David Brown. I'm going to use that for an example. Oh, so can we get moderators or admins to help you with the Facebook page? Let me look and see if I have that ability to. But yeah, if I can put, I don't think there's moderators for an actual business
No,
page.
you gotta add us as an admin to the page, and
Okay.
then if you would add me as an admin on there, then I can approve. If say Ed wants to put a picture on there, and you're busy at work, but it comes up on my end, I can approve the picture from his mission or something.
All right, I can do that. So let me go back. Let me go back to Ashley's question. So Ashley, no matter what it is, you open it up and you'll scroll down. It'll say review status. You hit review and then you put approved. Now I've only had, I had one decline. I told you about that the other day. And I also declined a vet reaching out to do a mission because he was from Maryland and he says, hey, in Maryland, for every catfish head we turn in, we get $35. So can we go out fishing? And this could be very financially lucrative for both of us if you can get me on a lot of fish, because we know Maryland's one of those states that where it was introduced, now they want to do away with the blue catfish population. So the state's willing to pay $35 a head. So I said, listen, sorry, we're catch photo release. And I'm sorry, we're not going to approve a mission like that. And so that was it. So, does that up? So, all right. So let me see who's in there now. Understand. Okay. Ashley and Jesse are in there. Understand, as you see, this is all live. So I see Ashley going into Michael Duff's record and they changed it to approved. All this stuff is live, so I can see it as it's happening. So that's pretty cool too. All right, thank you. I will add some moderators to that admins or moderators to that page. So thank you. So obviously that Ashley got her question. See, now she's going down to another one. I love that. And don't forget, Ashley and Jess, put in the comments that, when you put approved that, hey, this is for the Ohio River event. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to our documents. So does everybody understand? Are there any questions that 35 ahead is a bunch of crap trying to do for a whole state and not just the overpopulated? I agree. I agree, brother. All righty. So let's go to our forms. So if I create any form like mission application, so if someone reaches out and they're a vet and they haven't filled out our application and like it's somebody you jump on the boat with them, capture his stuff, have them fill out an application, and then I carry my glove box on the boat, liability waivers. In case somebody like when they fill out their online application, it thanks them and redirects them to this liability waiver, and they just click through it. They don't fill it out, and that's really to cover you, the organization as a whole. Where each individual has to worry about themselves and their boat, I have to worry about the whole organization. And now I'm going to make this easier. I'm going to create a form that you will be able to fill out and upload your insurance documents. Some people send to me an email, so I'll store all that. But our legal folks said we have got to make sure it's great that people say they have liability insurance. I guarantee you, out of 60-something captains, we've got people riding out there without liability insurance. And so, as a matter of fact, we had somebody who was interested. I think it was on one of Ashley's posts about about being a captain, but he doesn't carry liability insurance. So I said, well, to do anything with Operation Vets when you got. He said, that's why I'm not a captain then. And you know what? It is what it is. Now, if you're running a mission and you hit something, somebody gets hurt, and it's on your boat, that's on your liability insurance. But if you're running a mission, somebody gets off the boat, they're walking, they trip over their own clumsy feet, and they bust their teeth, and they try to sue us, that's under our corporate liability insurance. Anything on the boat, that's on you. Anything off the boat is on me. Now, obviously, if they're walking on a pier from like where you dropped them off the boat ramp and that pier is in bad condition, they fall, they break their face, they're going to come to me, but I'm also going to the state if it's a state ramp, get them caught up in litigation as well because they tripped over something on the state. So, and there may be other forms that we may create to help our jobs easier. We can drop them here. So, so if you ever need to download it, you can download them here, save it, and now you have them. Now, documents. Back to the documents folder. Let's see here. All right. Operation Vets When That's presentations. We've done a couple of these, but there are somebody that create a really cool flyer. All right, insurance for a boat is cheap. Full coverage is $14,000. I'm paying $14,000. Maybe you mean $1,400. And that's even 14. Yeah, I pay full coverage, and so here's what I had to do. Should I send you our insurance an email or what? Yeah, you can definitely do that. Send it to me until I get everything automated online. Thank you, Morgan. All right. So, for commercial insurance, liability insurance, I'm coming in singing, "Oh, Lord have mercy." Rebecca sounds like such an angel when she sings. I heard her the other day, and it sounded like a bunch of herded cats getting beat. No, I mean like angels. No, now we'll constantly joke about that. Anyway, so I went to insure the boats. The first wheelchair boat. They wanted $4,000 a year. I'm like, you're on crack. Okay. That's for personal. That's right. I pay actually $318 on one and a little bit less on the other. And it's it's a pretty it's full coverage. So what I had to do is I had to transfer those boats out of the Operation Vets When That's Corporation into my name and then do a lease. Now I lease the boats for $1 to the organization. So now they can be used as an organizational asset and they're covered. It's because most insurance companies are getting away from. Now, I don't know who it was. It might have been Joel, and I still never followed up with. Went to a conference, and there was an insurance company
Yep.
Was that you?
Yeah, Worldwide Marine.
Yep. I still haven't followed up with that.
He's one of the only insurance companies that will insure you as a guide. Most insurance companies, if you're running a guide trip, they will not insure you.
Yep. So if you have that commercial, unless you're like a commercial fisherman where you're going around and you're harvesting catfish or you're harvesting trout or whatever it is, you're in the commercial industry, that's a different story. But as guides and commercial that way, most all right, Lewis Parker will email you a proof of insurance. Okay, appreciate it. Most insurance companies have dropped it. And if they haven't dropped it, it's costing you $3,000-$4,000 a year. So that's why anything for me, I then put the boat in my name, and then I write a lease to Operation Vets when that's for $1.
Yeah.
And so then when it's leased under the organization and they have full use of the boat, then everything's covered, which is good.
Yeah. As a guide, you can, if you have a LLC, you can do the same thing.
Right. You gotta have liability insurance. And there's two different things. So you folks, if you're a guide and you will want to get into that corporate arena, there's two types of insurance you need. You need liability insurance, general liability insurance for the organization, for the company, and then you need the boat insurance. This doesn't count as being a guide,
Correct.
as no money is being paid. You are exactly right there, Taco Boy.
Yep. It's a volunteer. Yep.
That's right. So that's another thing. So we can, and I like these questions. Lake Gaston is not title. So you are not required to have a Coast Guard 6-pack license on Lake Gaston or Kerr. They're not title. But on the James, if you're a guide, you're legally supposed to have a 6-pack license.
Correct.
But with Operation Vetswinettes, you're not a guide. You're not being paid to do. You're a guy or a gal taking a bunch of vets out fishing. That's it. Nothing wrong with that. So you don't have to have that 6-pack license. Now, I am personally going to, when I have the time, I'm going to get my 6-pack. Because it's probably going to drop my insurance even cheaper. But so that's me. I know I think some of our folks do have their 6-pack, or they're going to be working on it. I'm going to try to get the VA to pay for mine. All right. But Taco Boy over there, he's exactly right. You're not being paid as a guide. You know, and when we do get this funding, and so you guys know, some of you guys haven't heard the brief, haven't seen the video. But Operation Vetswinettes is we're going to have multiple branches of the organization as a whole, because we are purchasing, once the funding comes in, a big vet house on Gaston, about 7,000 square foot, and we're going to do holistic healing retreats there, family retreats, without getting into all. It's going to be a whole nother branch of the organization. And what's nice is that's the first house. The second house, I will probably be spending a lot of time in Texas, identifying the area, because that's where our next biggest population is Texas. I'm going to set up a vet house there on the water. And then I'll have a hired staff, paid staff there, just like I'll have a paid staff here. And we're going to, as I put in for these projects and they do get funded, we're going to be doing this throughout the country. So Operation Vetswinettes is going to be huge. And that's, and that's big. That, and everything is still going to be, every day they'll have at least a 2-hour fishing trip. I will buy a fully loaded boat that will stay there at the boathouse. And so, like, for instance, in Gaston, we will have a boat there. I'm looking at loading down a G3, fully loaded, a 24-foot G3 Sportsman, I think they're called, with all the bells and whistles, and that will be utilized for any of our captains running trips too. So if you don't want to run your personal boat and you're up on Gaston or even Kerr, you can go pick up the boat, put it on the trailer. Thank you. I got your insurance card. Pick up the boat, put it on the trailer, and take it up to where you're running a trip. That boat's going to be there for that use. Also, our captains. Well, I will be hiring a facilities manager, which I rather hire a captain, one of our captains that's looking for a full-time job. And I'm sorry, this ain't going to be opened up for every Tom, Dick, and Harry and Sally and this opportunity. I'm going to be very selective because there's a lot of responsibility, and you're going to be responsible for a very huge budget. Do you guys ever go to any VAs and ask if you can set up a booth to pass out? Yes, and we've done that. And a matter of fact, I don't have the time to do it. And if I in Virginia, if we got 5 or 6 captains that want to volunteer their time, I think it's in October. I'd have to look at the email, but the VA asked if we come up and set up and do some bank fishing with at the VA for some of their vets. My schedule's so packed, Walter's schedule's so packed. So if we got guys that know how to do that bank fishing on, and it's salt water, it's right there on the Chesapeake Bay, or that might be considered the James River, right there. And that's where we're going to talk about the ambassador program, the volunteers that don't have boats that want to do stuff like that. And I want to build that program as well. I hope that answers your question. Also with that project goes a huge marketing and advertising budget. So TV, social media, all that stuff. Can we add to the OVWN presentation to cater to each state? You'll have to be a little bit more clear on that, brother. Oh, yeah. I'm with you. Okay, so if we can create a presentation, which I have one, it's the OVWN presentation on there, and you want to go on there and you want to cater it to your local area or state, you do that, but then save the file. You make a copy of the file, save that file for that specific state. So if you're going to the VA or you're going to a VFW, American Legion, you're going to whoever, that presentation's tailored towards your specific area. Now, if you want to create your own presentation, I'm all about it. You just need to get it approved by me first, because everything that carries our brand, I've got to approve. That's where we need the cheerleaders to help get the word out. Absolutely, my brother. You're exactly right. So, any questions so far? So, if you don't have access to this team site, that means you are not set up in the system yet. That means you did not sign your liability waiver, or I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. And there's way too much technical stuff for me to try to pass that on for somebody who wants to help, unless you're deep into IT and you're well versed in Azure and a bunch of other stuff. If not, it just takes me, a half hour to get everything done. So I would ask that everybody who's a new captain, check from our website, as I shared earlier, this website right here. You scroll down and you select team site. If you can't access what we're looking at right here, then you need to let me know. because I may not have given you access yet.
How about let's go over where we can find where they filled out the liability forms, because I know some guys can't see that if they've actually filled that out.
Okay, that's a completely different program. You won't see that on the team site here.
Okay.
But I can open that up. All right, so I'm gonna go to here. Hold on a minute. And I can tell you who's pending. And I'm going to share this screen. Stop sharing. Present. Share screen. No way. Share. All right. So, in progress. Come on. Am I logged in? I am. Let me refresh this. Because it should be a whole lot of in progresses. There we go. In progress. So let me select that. So whoever John Baker Jr., it's out for signature. Chap, yeah, that email address. This is I know Ashley had one. Jesse, I got Jesse's already. But that one's out for signature. So all these are out for signature. Even Shane, I'd kill that sucker. There's a lot of people on here that have been with us. Damn River boys. Look at that. You never signed yours. There's a lot of folks that haven't signed theirs. And so you need to get in there, check your email, because what happens is, check your junk, because what happens is these are set up to give you a weekly reminder. So there's a lot of people that haven't, 25 people who haven't signed it. So that's almost half the organization. So that's where that's at. So check your junk. If you don't remember signing it, send me an email and I'll send you another one. All righty. So let me see what else. Joel, you're on the YouTube channel, right?
Yep.
All right. Look down there where it says the description. Before I move on, I want to make sure that I actually addressed everybody's questions so far. I'm not able to access.
Yeah,
now I know I set you up, knucklehead, but I'm going to double check again. Yeah, you just need to send me a message, not in the team chat, in our Operational Vets When That's team chat. Send me a direct message, either text me or send me a message in Messenger saying, I can't access, so that I can go in and I can check. If I have to delete you and re-add you. And that's another thing. Please keep checking your junk and your spam folders.
Yeah, it looks like everything so far has been taken care of.
All right, so we talked about the website. We talked about photos. What was the next thing on my list? In the description.
What else? Well, we need the site updates, the photos.
What was the next bullet?
Where else are we here? Oh, it's not letting me get in there.
All right, let me look. Now I'm probably going to get freaking echoed.
Yeah.
All right, your channel. Let me see here. Team Indoc. There, I just muted myself. All right. So, utilizing team social media. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. Social media. Show off those new team jerseys. Okay, real quick. So, yeah. Man, look at that bad boy. I got multiple. Matter of fact, when I go to meetings at work, People ask me if I'm doing okay, and I'm like, "What do you mean?" I said, "You're not here in one of your fishing jerseys." I wear to work. I wear these. That's that one. And then, oh, and so if you go, the winter's coming. I do have a bunch of these left. Well, actually, not a whole lot, but I do have these thick hoodies. These are really nice. I might have to make some more, or I might have to get Jamie and Rebecca to make me some. And then we got. Let me see here. What else do I have here? There's that one. I know I've got somewhere. It might be in the wash. My wife likes to wash that stuff before I wear them. But then you got the Pay Lakes jersey shirt. That I really like that one. That one's really cool. All right, somebody just text me. All right, who is it? This is what I get when I try to access. Okay, well, we'll have whoever that was. Was that Damn River Boys that just sent me that?
River Rats.
Yep. All right. I'll check. I'll take a 3X hoodie. I might actually have one of those 3X hoodies. I'll have to double check. Or you go to the website. You go to the website and see if I do have a 3X available. All righty. So social media. Okay. Key thing. Social media drives everything. So your videos and your trips, we've already kind of talked about it. Please share it all out. Your teammates, share your teammates' stuff. That's truly what drives a lot of where our I'll say our business, our bets come from. Here's another thing is we've had it in the past. It still goes on. But one thing I am not going to tolerate is dissension within the ranks. In other words, if you've got a problem with me or you have a problem with something that we're doing or something that we're not doing, don't go running and complaining to somebody else. I don't think that I'm unapproachable. Because you may not think we're going in the right direction. Like I had somebody who's no longer on the team right now, and that was by their choice because of certain things. But a lot of our teammates were going to him, complaining about various different things. But he wouldn't tell me what they were. And so I said, how can I fix something if I don't know it's broke? Or how can I clarify something? Because unfortunately, perception is reality. So if somebody perceives something, they make it their reality. And it may not be because you may not know the big picture and this, that, and the other thing. One person told me it seems like we've got away from the vets and we're all about the money. And that kind of irritated and ticked me off. It's because it was their perception. But what they're not looking at the big picture is that, number one, the organization's not doing big fundraising. We were blessed by Chris, even though he's part of the organization, he's part of our board of directors. He did this as an individual and came up with the idea of doing all those raffles because he knows it's not cheap to do what we're doing with that wheelchair boat. And so, and he knows the importance of it. So that's why Chris, as an individual angler, did all of this. And so, so that irritates me. Now, again, that's somebody's perception of how they perceive it, but they don't see all the stuff that's going on in the background, or they don't know me personally. And so, I took a little offense to it, but then I also have to look at the source. We do have some folks on our team that tend to gravitate towards drama. Anglers, they're great anglers and they do great on their missions, but drama tends to gravitate towards them and get all caught up in it. So I have to look at that. And that may sound like I'm being a wise ass, but sorry, maybe I am, but I have to look at the source. But for sure, and everyone needs to share those out. Absolutely. And so if you have something's bothering you, pick up the phone. Call me, ask me. So I can kind of yep, the raffles and such. Somebody complained about that, but if you have an issue with something, call me personally. If you don't think you can talk to me, go to your state lead. Tell him your concerns, and he'll come to me. Or she. It might be a she, because I'm an equal opportunity kind of person. And so I just want to, get all that, get anything cleared up. So don't cause division within the ranks, because I have no problem saying, hey, listen, I appreciate you wanting to volunteer, but I don't need that on our team. I don't need somebody causing riffraff and strife in our whatchamacallit. I'm not about that. I'm not about that. And so, and respect each other. We have a lot of crazy characters in our chat. Michael Harris being one of them, but Michael's such a great guy. He's got such a good heart. And we have a lot of guys like that, and you get, sometimes that's how people deal with what they're struggling with or whatever, it through comedy or through busting chops. Like me, I'm gonna forever bust Mr. Taco Boy there, busting his chops about it takes him 3 days to fillet a half a pound fish. So so I don't want to beat a dead horse. Enough on that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about something we did last year. Was CatCon. Huge success. Huge success. And we're going to be there again this year. Last year there was just me, Derek, and Andrew, Mr. Taco Boy. Came up, we drove up the 12 hours, set up everything. And then we had some folks that volunteered their time, such as Claude. Claude spent a good amount of time at the booth and stuff like that. Wesley says, I'll be there. And we had a great time. Truly, Walter's going to be coming up with us. But I expect our team, if you can make it, to be there. And expect to work. Expect to sit there and man that booth. And then I also know that, like, people like Chris, Chris is a big Mad Cats person, but he is truly the face of three, meaning Rebecca, Jamie, and Chris, Carolina Lake Weights. Even though Chris truly helped build that team that they have. It's his job to maintain that team of pro staff and sponsored anglers and stuff like that. Chris will have to share his time through his different sponsors as well as an Operation Bets with Nets. So, but we are going to need folks. CatCon is end of February sometime, right? That is correct. I believe so, my brother. We're going to need folks every night there, or every day, manning that booth, answering questions, because I'm going to try to get a bigger booth this year, because I plan on running a bunch of podcasts right next to us. A lot of interviews with vets, and we're going to do a lot. And I'm going to be smoozing with all the different. So, I mean, I had to spend a lot of time at the booth last year, and it's because we just didn't have the folks. But if you're on our team and you're one of our captains and you can make it, expect to share your time out there. It's only like 3 hours. Good. I look forward to seeing you. Have your Operation Bet. We're going to have probably 50 plus hats, because what hats I did bring with me sold within probably 15, 20 minutes. I think our hats are the best hats out there. They look so cool. We're going to have our t-shirts. We're going to have our jerseys. We're going to have our pay lake. There's going to be a lot. Those shows like that are a great way to get the word out about the organization. Son of Vets. Absolutely. But what's even better about that event is you get to meet so many people in the catfish industry. You know, people that you see doing all big YouTubers or big companies. You get to go, you know, if you're a big Catch the Fever, man, you can get over there and sit there and talk to Caleb, talk to Matt Knight with Mad Cats. You can talk to all these great people, you know, like Jamie. I was jumping back and forth between Jamie's booth and our booth, you know, with Carolina Lake Weights. And guess what? I will have my Carolina Lake Weights jersey with me. I'll have my multiple Operation Vets, because I'll go over there and hang out, you know, for an hour or two at the Carolina Lake Weights booth. Why? Because even though I'm not officially on their pro staff, they keep saying I'm one of their pro staff. I don't know, but the partnership is more than a partnership. We truly are at Carolina Lake Weights and Operation Vets when that's a integrated family. And believe me, guys, in the next year, some of the stuff that might be coming down the road, you're going to be blown away. Blown away. But that is good. So I'll 2 months ahead of time, I'm going to get a list of everybody who's making it, and I'm going to put on military. I'm going to put a watch bill together, and you'll have all free pay. Like if I know I'm expecting 16 people, you know, we'll set up certain days. So if you know you're going to be here, I'll have you a free pass for that day. You know, there's people like myself, Walter. If Derek can make it, I know Andrew's going to make it. We'll be working the booth every single day. But it's a great way for me to meet a whole bunch of you characters.
The network opportunity.
Absolutely. Because to be honest with you guys, Operation Vets with Nets would not be the organization it is now without you guys. I would still be a 1 or 2 man show just running here locally. I would not mind getting my pontoon wrapped with a man. You know what? You want to do that? I'm completely honored and taken by that and humbled by it. I can provide you whatever graphics. Just whenever they design it, please just run that idea past me, because once again, I got to protect that brand. But man, Wesley, I truly appreciate that. And I want you, all you guys, to look at Operation. I want you to take that personal ownership, because this is your organization as well as it's mine. I'm just the grand poobah that the Lord led to lead this organization. And I'm literally here to serve you guys. And once I know the funding's coming in for this then I'm going to be releasing a lot of information that you guys will be truly excited about. And if you desire to set up your own official chapter, in other words, you're going to have volunteers, and like Ed kind of is already doing it. But and there's some other folks as well. You're going out to the BFWs. You're attending events down there. You're doing just more than taking people out on trips. Let me know, because eventually I'm going to put a sponsor or a chapter package together that'll come with a 10x10 tent. It'll be a banner. It'll be your first set of rack cards, all that other stuff, you know, that I'm gonna be trying to put together and do that. And then I also got to work on an agreement, you know, an official, almost like a franchise type agreement. Because again, I've got to protect the organization and the brand as well as your interest as well. Okay, so CatCon, that's going to be a big thing. If anybody wants to participate in an event in Nags Head November 1st and 2nd, Nags Head, North Carolina on the Outer Banks, please let me know because we'll be down there for 3 days. We're going to be sitting out there with the Moonshiners. If you ever watched that show, Ashley and a bunch of those folks are going to be there. It's going to be a big event. Hopefully, we'll have one of the boats out there. And we are one of 2 benefactors of the fund, because they're doing it for vets. So all money raised after all their debt is paid in. I know that, Taco Boy. Then they'll be making a huge donation, to the organization, which is great. And if you guys have any ideas that you think we can do better or you'd like to see happen, then reach out to me. I'll even, if you want, put a suggestion box form on our site, and you can put your name or you can make it anonymous. I don't care. If you say, hey, you need to get rid of that crazy guy in friggin' Texas, that Juan dude. Well, let me know. No. Or if you got a complaints when you hear, Rebecca from Carolina Lake Waits on one of our shows and she's singing, let me know so I can complain to her. No. That's really it. I want to make sure because I want to set you guys up for success. So I know a lot of people are technically challenged, as I said before. Or if you don't have a computer, but you still need to do everything you need to do on your phone, if you're having issues with that, reach out. We've got folks. I can sing good. Who's that? Oh, that must have been Jamie singing that. But reach out. We have some folks who are whizzes on the phone. And yeah, it takes a little bit of trying to finagle that little screen, but you still have all the same capabilities you do on the computer. You can still drop your video footage from your phone in there. Anything else, guys? Questions? This is it. Open discussion.
I know. So in the messenger chat, Michael Harris will say, like, I'll yell at you guys, or the only reason I want your phone numbers is to send you feet pictures in the middle of the night. And that's not the reason. Reason is I want your phone number is when I look at the SharePoint site, and if I notice that it hasn't been updated in a couple days, or somebody hasn't reached out to it, so that I can go to the Google Earth site, pinpoint that captain, contact that captain, and let them know directly, hey, there's a mission, here's the name, here's the phone number, so you guys can get in contact with them as soon as possible. The other thing,
reach out, Joel, you can look at the captain's request, because I've stopped migrating them. If you actually look at the name of that list, it says volunteer captain request /team list. Yep. So you can pull their numbers off there as well. Okay.
All right. I know some of them didn't have numbers on there for a while, but did you updated it all then?
All their phone numbers should be on there.
I thought there was a few missing on there, but it could have been updated
the old list.
Last time I looked at it. Yeah. One of the other things, you guys, I know some of you guys mentioned this before when I was at a conference about the NPAA. It's called the National Professional Anglers Association. It's not for professional anglers. It's for anyone that wants to join. It costs you $100 a year, and there is over 50 companies on there, and you get huge discounts from these companies. I mean, I'm talking anywhere from 50% off of stuff from like Rapala. There's a couple different battery companies on there. There's clothing companies, Berkeley's on there, Northland Tackles on. I mean, there's so much stuff on there. Um, and Rich, I know I've mentioned to you about getting a hold of Pat because organizations get on their that they get on free with them, but it's just yeah, I've been with this organization for I think 4 years now, and I save over I'm gonna say $600 to $1,000 a year on gear that I buy
Okay, so here,
from that.
Dominus Omis, you now have got authority to represent Operation Vet, and you set all that up, and and if you say it's free, great. If not, and I got to send some money, but whatever documentation you need from me, I'll even upload under that my documents. I'll even upload our 501c3 document.
Okay.
Stuff.
All right.
Um,
I'll reach out to Pat tomorrow and talk to him about it and see what he needs from you, and then to get you guys set up on that site.
and I will type up a letter that's giving you authorization for that specific event, for that specific thing, giving you authorization to sign on behalf of the organization, to sign us up for it.
Okay.
But make sure my information is on there,
Yep.
but also you have authorization to act on our behalf with that organization.
Okay.
I can send you that.
Yeah. And then I do know that some of the organizations that are on there that they're allowed to share out those discounts to their members in that organization, so not everybody has to sign up on it as well. But I mean, like I said, $100 a year there's so much stuff on there. There's Okuma's on there, Daiwa's on. I mean, there's so many companies
Is Pixie Fun up there?
that you can save so much
I'll
stuff
be
on.
at CatCon
Crazy.
to help out with the booth, Rich. Oh, I'll be at. All right. Now it's another thing. Real quick about CatCon. So when you represent us, I want you looking good. Have a nice pair of clean shorts or clean whatever. I want you to look professional, but I want you to look like a freaking tournament angler. You're wearing your jersey and this, that, and the other thing. If there's other things that you would like to see us get. Oh, and here's another thing. Once we build up our coffers, I plan on sending those captains that haven't already, at least an Operation Vets when Nets t-shirt. And if you feel, here's another thing. You're setting up almost like a little chapter, or you feel you're hosting these different events and you want to get you want to raise some funds for your immediate area. You want to be able to sell shirts. We can order those. All our shirts go through Carolina Lake Weights. All our t-shirts, any tank tops, our regular OG shirts, they're going to go through Carolina. They're making them. So if you want to order, and what's going to happen, you may end up paying maybe $3 over cost. That $3 per shirt will go into our coffers, the headquarters. And so you can work out with something with Jamie. If you contact me, then I can work out something with Jamie, and you give me what sizes you want and all that other stuff. And if you Venmo me or whatever the money for that, and I tell you, all right, it's going to cost you this, and Jamie or Rebecca will let me know what the shipping is, then I'll send it to you. Then you can either use it to raise funds for your efforts there, or just to help with what you're doing there. It's going to be the same thing, for other if you can think of the other swag, like if you think an Operation Vets with Nets boat flag would be cool, then let me know, and I can work out and make it available on on our website. I can get with Jamie because Jamie probably can get those made as well. You know, we are except for our jerseys, because I get those made elsewhere, but most of our apparel and the ball caps get made elsewhere as well. But most of our apparel and stuff like that, we're going through Jamie's other company with Carolina Lake Weights. I forgot the name of it, but we partnered up and they're going to supply that. You want bait towels? We can get them made.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, hand towels. Yeah.
Yep. You want to get bait flags would rock. Absolutely. But see, now people say that, and like the ball caps. I got to tell you, I think we've got some of the best looking ball caps out there. They're very durable. The PVC graphic, the logo is friggin' awesome. But I had everybody a year ago say, "Oh, I want these." Yeah. Well, guess what? Not many people bought them. So I don't want to tie up our organizational funds. And you guys all tell me, yeah. I order it and then you don't buy it. You know, that now just inventory sits and ties up funds that could be used for different stuff. Branch logos are a different monster. Branch logos? What do you mean branch logos?
Catfish Hunter said the flags would rock with all the branch logos on them. So probably he's talking Army, Marines, Navy.
Oh, yeah. That might be definitely possible. That definitely may be possible. Yep. I'm with you there. Navy, except that's all you guys say is Navy. That's it. Navy. No, I'm kidding, because we do have other people that served in other branches and come on, shipmate. That's what I'm talking about. Shipmate. So yeah, so we can have the logo there and the 6 branches underneath. Great idea. And we could take that for action. We just need to know what size you think everybody, you know. But so Joel had a good point about that organization, and we can join, and then I could share on our team site. We could share a list of all the discount code, whatever, and we could put that up there so you have that at all times. Damn semen. Oh my gosh. All right. So no semen here, brother. So we can do that. What else? Open discussions, guys. What's on your mind? What would you like to see? Talk to me. Wow, we still got, yeah, 18 folks on there. Yeah, half our 3/4 of our organization is not on, but then again, some of the guys have been around quite a while, and so they're familiar with a lot of this stuff. But what else?
We could I guess you guys could share out the $20 a month donation.
Yep, that's another thing. I'm gonna have to get better on and putting a subscription. All right, maybe we could have a fish-a-thon between Captain's Live. All right, Juan, you just triggered something here. Thank you. I'm thinking Veterans Day on November 9th. I was going to try to do a big vet tournament and a big thing like we did on the James back in, I think, June 1st or June 2nd. Had a lot of sponsors, did a lot of raffles. You know what? What I'm thinking is maybe we have, we're looking so far as raffle items for CatCon. We have 0 raffle item for CatCon yet. I know Derek has a list of all those folks who donated over $3,000 worth of prizes. I'll be reaching out to them probably around October time period to see, because a lot of them said, Rich, I'd give you a lot more stuff or a lot different stuff if I would have had the heads up. Literally the day of setup, we set up, and then I went networking with and we had so much stuff. But we're gonna now that we've met a lot of these folks, we're gonna do that ahead of time, or collect a lot of this stuff and bring it with us. And our last big one was Micah's first rod. We did that was our last drawing, was for a Micah rod. We did it over to Mad Cats by where that fish was, and then he signed it, which was really cool. But we gave out a lot of stuff. So let's go back to the 9th, the Veterans Day weekend, that Saturday maybe. Is we have a competition amongst all the captains, and we can be streaming it live. And we'll have in our team chat, somebody will have to, who's not fishing, keep track of, all right, what captain, the pictures, so we know who wins. And maybe we can get some financial support to where the vet overall in the whole tournament, and then each state, we can make a financial something, give them, give them some moolah. But that would be so cool, because I can stream a lot of our folks here, on this here. Some folks are able to do without the streaming, be able to do it. I have to figure out all the technical part of that.
We could run
that
it.
That would be so cool.
We could run it through Fish Donkey.
Fish Donkey? What the
Fish
hell?
Donkey is an app, and what you do is you just take a picture of the fish on the bump board, and then you take a little video of it being released, and then it automatically records as a big tournament hole, and then it also has on there, say, like, if your fish is 30 something inches and it's this fish, it should weigh 15 pounds. It kind of has a self-generating thing. It's mainly all for catch, picture, release format. Catfish Under says Fish Chaos does that too. And then that, if everybody downloads Fish Donkey app, it's free, and then we can set up a free, like,
a group.
Yep. You just set it up as, this is the group, and then you can put in there that it's a free tournament and it's going to run on this day.
See, that'd be something cool. So then we have this as an organization across the country.
Yep. And then you wouldn't have to everybody wouldn't have to be live streaming if you're in an area where you don't have signal. And
that's right. We all should have scales on board. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so that would be very cool. And then we can have that friendly tournament amongst us all, and it would be a certain, November. So that's going to be now I know some folks are nighttime fishermen. Well, you won't be nighttime fishing that day, because in November, so we'll do it early, saying we'll run it from saying 8 to 3, something like that. And we'll just have a good time and really make it and like I'll do some, like, for instance, I could have 10 people in my StreamYard. Streaming on YouTube allows 10 with StreamYard. That's right. And so I could have, if we have multiple people that have StreamYard, then, like, I know Chris has it. So Chris, if Chris participates in this, he could have his Texas Bubbas all in his StreamYard and all streaming live there. So 10 folks. Me, I could pick 10 folks here as well. I don't care where you're at. And if there's other folks that have StreamYard, actually, and that's right, depending on time zones, of course. Then we could have 30, 40 captains up if a few people have StreamYard, and we can be running that. And then through that Fish Donkey or whatever it is, could stream maybe. Yeah, well, Stan, he was supposed to be part of this organization. He was supposed to handle social media. I haven't heard one word from him in months. So great guy and everything, but yeah, he can do that. I'd have no issues with that. But that's all I got to say about that. And that's another thing. If you have people that want to volunteer and step up, make sure that they really want to do this, because I've had so many people want to volunteer and stand up. And no, it's not your bad, dude. It's not your bad. You're good. I mean, he's a great guy. It's just, he just hasn't stepped up. So, and that's what I've had so many people want to stand up and do this, and then when it's time to do something, they're not doing anything. And I don't need that in our organization. I want people that are freaking dedicated. But that might be so. If Stan wants to do something, that would be a good way to, he can do that with 10 other people as well. So, we can do some great things. And I would probably stream from either the James, Kerr, or Gaston. And then I might have 9 other people from all over streaming, up on there. And we're just going to have a good time. Make some flyers are 8.5 by 11 for easy printing. I can see if my digital media savvy wife would like to help and send for dude, man, that's what we need. We really need informational flyers. And that's another thing. When I talk about videos and pictures uploaded, then Juan can go in there. If his tech savvy, digital media savvy wife wants to make a bunch of flyers, she can go through all that media and see what pictures are gonna fit with the best, So that's another reason why I'd like to and then everybody have your files up there. If you create your files, if you're good at PowerPoint and you create your flyers in PowerPoint and somebody likes that look and they just want to update all they gotta do is save the files a different name and make the changes, and bada bing, bada boom. So what else? Open discussion, guys. And then what we'll do is we'll call it quits here in a minute or so. But I really want these. So if there's no questions, that's great. That means you guys understand everything that that's required, that we've covered tonight. And I will probably end up, once everybody's up on Teams, then we can have some team conferences, and so it's not live out to the public like this is, because I made it public so anybody can watch this, and that's okay. Maybe there'll be some organizations out there that want to try to do something like that, and they see what such a great organization that we have. They want to mimic what we're doing. And I say we because it is. It's all of us. What else? I think that's about it. So if there are no questions, I'm gonna kill it at 10 o'clock. All right. Had some vets asking. All right, so let's show this so everybody sees it. Had some vets asking, what's the catch? Too good to be true. How we convince otherwise? You know what? That is fantastic. Thank you, Buzz, for picking that up. That's why we need those testimonial videos, so we're able to post that up. Say, hey, you know what? Go to our website. Go to our Facebook page, and you'll hear it right straight from the vet's mouths. Straight from the vet's mouths. Like, we have another organization here called VAU. They travel around. They have I met them, and Andrew and a few others met them at the Virginia Beach USO event that we do every year. but they were right next to us. They have a big American flag wall that's made up of dog tags. And every person that died on active duty from 9/11 till now, there's a dog tag with their name on it. And it's made to look like the American flag. And so I met James, the owner, and some of his key folks. Matter of fact, I was supposed to get James on the water this weekend, Saturday, but he ended up coming down. He's sick. But he's going to help me with a lot of grants and stuff like that. But one thing they're going to work on is, and what I didn't realize is there are a lot of other nonprofits out there that spend money because they raise money, spend money to do things for the vets. So if saying there is a nonprofit like Wonder Warriors reach out to us, there's a nonprofit that wants to set up a trip. They'll pay for the trip, because it comes out of their coffers. So if you know of nonprofits or for-profit organizations and want to pay for our services to set up a vet event, that's how we generate income into the organization as well. Lot of moving parts, but bottom line is it's all about our veterans. All about our veterans. And so if you know any other great vet organizations that would be a good resource, send me it. I'll add it to our website because I want to and I only have a couple of links. So I want to add some of those resources up there for our vets. All right. Well, if we have no other questions, and so far there's only one person that commented in here that they couldn't get to the team site. So that means everyone on here or who was on here could actually get to the team site. Great. So, all right, guys, listen, I hope this was helpful. And if we need some individual training on how to do some things, we can do that too. I can either do it, or one of our tech savvy and senior captains or state leads can get up on Teams and create a meeting and get up on video and walk you through some whatever processes. That's why there are captains. All right, guys, I think that's about it. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your desire to serve our vets and your ideas. I don't want anybody to think any idea is a stupid idea. Come to me with anything. I don't care. If it's something that's going to further the organization to help our vets, I want to hear it.
Maybe we should do this once a month so that we can get some brainstorming ideas constantly going.
I would be very helpful and great brainstorming ideas tonight. And see that, yeah, we can do that. If we want to put on our schedule, we're going to have, a once. And then what I want to do is once we start building that ambassador program for those folks that want to donate their time and work events and meet with the local VFWs and all that, they want to be our boots on the ground. I can include them in this as well. So it's Doc, she would have been great being here, but she's recovering from surgery and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. Love you guys, each and every one of you. Once a month is great and keeps, yeah. And what I rather do is do that once a month on Teams so we can invite as many people and it's not out to the open. And thank you, Rebecca and Jamie. You guys, like I said, are more than just partners to me, at least to me. You guys are, you're family. Even though we look at our whole organization as family, the relationship that we've built is second to none. And I appreciate that. And I look forward to meeting everybody. And like I said, this project funding comes in. I'll be traveling the country with a boat behind me. And every city I stop in as I'm building this organization, we'll be taking bets out, and then I'll be stopping everywhere. So, all right, you guys have a good night. Thank you. I appreciate the guys and gals that took the time to jump on here. All righty, nighty night.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna end the stream. Hold on here.